It's currently 4:30 in the morning. I have no idea why I'm awake right now, but it's a good thing I am, because Takara Tomy dropped a random video showcasing their 3-player stadium, but they also showed a brand new Pegasus. And not just a remake from their crossover project, but a brand new UX design. So let's quickly go over the 3-player stadium video that they introduced this bay in. And for the most part, it's about 20 minutes of just different tournaments and battling in this 3-player stadium. At one point, they do use the new Cobalt Dragoon, which was kind of cool to see. But otherwise, I mean, it's a 3-player stadium, okay? What you see is what you get. A lot of the times you have 2 bays just kind of clack together and explode, and there's parts flying everywhere. It's definitely fun, for sure. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to introduce this stadium to like the competitive scene. I don't really think they should. I don't know anybody out there that would want a competitive like 3-way battle like that, but it's a 3-player stadium. The cost of shipping is more than the cost of the actual stadium itself. So if I can get this stadium for a good price, I'll try and pick it up, but I'm not really in a big rush. I did like the battles where they showed off Cobalt Dragoon, although those are probably cherry-picked to make Cobalt Dragoon win, even though it maybe shouldn't have. I'm just excited for that release, and it's going to be dropping in like a week from now. So now let's move on to the most hype part of this almost 20-minute long video, and that is the brief little snippet where they showed off a new bay, Aero Pegasus. Even though we're talking about a new Pegasus in this video, if you want to add to your Beyblade X collection, go and check out sponsor the channel Mall of Toys. They have a bunch of X releases like Dran Buster, Tyranno Beat, Shinobi Shadow, and they're also still doing pre-orders for the upcoming Black Shell and first Left Spin Bay Cobalt Dragoon. So go and check out Mall of Toys, link in the description down below, and use code ilinnuc for 5% off. And this bay obviously looks incredible. It is a UX release. You can tell because of the plastic prongs, although I will say it does look pretty unique. The way that they did the plastic prongs here is really different compared to other bays like Shinobi Shadow, Wizard Rod, stuff like that. It's like a white plastic and it's a bit of a different shape. You'll also have a painted metal coat here, and it's actually 2 different shades, which I think is also something that's new. We may have seen that on Phoenix Wing with like the yellow or gold paint, but I don't really count that. But we have a lighter kind of teal color on the outside and a more ocean color towards the middle, and it just looks really good. And of course, let's talk about this center gear motif design. It's pretty similar to the layout of like Phoenix Feather or Phoenix Wing, with the wings kind of going out to the side and the middle face kind of just in the middle. It's that same sort of pose. If I'm being kind of critical, I do like the Metal Fight one a little bit more, which we'll be talking about in a second, but I am still fine with it, okay? But I definitely like the design of the bay itself more than this center motif. Let's also talk about the parts that Takara Tomy mentioned for Aero Pegasus. They mentioned the combo being 370 and Excel. Now, neither of those parts are new, so I was thinking maybe this is like a Corocoro exclusive blade, like they did with Phoenix Feather, or that recently released Cobalt Dran Sword, or whatever. But then we saw the parts. Or at least we sort of see the parts. At one point, they kind of turn the bay around and we can see the color scheme of the pieces. I will say Excel looks to be a pretty deep blue. Seems to kind of match that Dran Buster that we got a while ago, and I'm thinking that's not a new part. But then we see 370, and it's in this kind of green and blue color, which is new. It's not something we've seen before. At this time, the 370 ratchet has been seen in an orange and red color with Hell's Hammer, and we're also going to be getting it with the new random booster with that red unicorn sting, and that's also a reddish color as well. So where this blue and green 370 comes from, I have no idea. We are going to be getting more information about Aero Pegasus in the upcoming Corocoro. I was thinking for a second that maybe they're including it with this upcoming one, but I feel like we would have known about that already. So my prediction here is that we're going to be getting the blade portion of Aero Pegasus in the September issue of Corocoro. Remember, it is a month ahead, so the September issue is going to be releasing in August. And I'm also kind of guessing that one of the X releases for August is going to have this blue and green color 370, or else they're just kind of showing us a part that doesn't exist. I feel like I've been rambling for the past 20 minutes about random stuff. It's 4:30, okay? I'm tired. Now let's kind of speculate on what this Aero Pegasus release actually means. I'm thinking that this is obviously a direct reference to Pegasus from Metal Fight. You can see it in the color scheme, you see it in the name, obviously, and you also see it with this three-bladed shape. It looks very similar to Storm Pegasus and even Galaxy Pegasus a little bit. Although, if you look at the motif design, like with their Bakuten Beys, like Vice Tiger and Cobalt Drake, they had references to the Bakuten Shoot logo. And I don't really see a reference to the Metal Fight logo here. I will say there is this sort of diamond green shape that's behind the Pegasus design. That could mean something? I don't really know. Unless I'm missing something, I don't really see any direct references to Metal Fight here, other than the fact it's a Pegasus, the blue color, it's a three-bladed shape, but in the actual motif itself, I don't really see anything. So unless I'm missing something, of course, if you guys see something that I don't, let me know in the comments down below. And just to speculate further, if this is a Pegasus-inspired design like we saw with Vice Tiger and Cobalt Dragoon, could that mean we're getting other upcoming kind of Metal Fight-inspired designs like with El Drago or with Leon, Sagittario, the kind of legendary bays from Metal Fight? Are we going to be seeing those bays in like an X form? It might be a bit of a stretch to speculate this hard on just one Pegasus Bey that's not even a full standard release. It's probably going to be just in Corocoro, but I just want an El Drago, okay? I just want El Drago to come back in some way. But that is going to wrap up the news. What do you guys think of Aero Pegasus? Do you think it's going to be a fully standard release? Do you think we're going to just be getting the blade in Corocoro or something? And most importantly, do you guys think that this is the return of Metal Fight in the X system? Not just a crossover remake, but full-on inspired designs. I admit it, I'm a Ryuga fanboy, okay? One of my favorite Beyblade characters of all time. And if we get some form of El Drago, that would be insane. But hit that like button, hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation. It's now 5 a.m. and I'm going to bed, so have fun and Bey away.